IDP resettlement, it has been characterized by resentment from IDPs. It has been characterized by many other, underpinning circumstances. And one wants to ask himself or herself, why will somebody who apparently you are intervening on behalf to give a solution be disgruntled about a solution that you're trying to offer? The resettlement was not necessarily voluntary. A government gives a deadline that you need to be out of those camps by a certain date, and then after that you will see probably the police or somebody will move in to try and close the camps. And therefore, in terms of international best practice, one needs to constantly engage the IDPs in terms of ensuring that that resettlement is a voluntary exercise, that there has been an element of reintegration within these communities. But the host communities and the, so to speak, foreign communities appear, even at the point of resettlement, to still do the same with an aspect of fear, that they didn't appear to be quite a deliberate process by government towards reconciliation. Reconciliation doesn't simply mean Kibaki, Raila, and Kalonzo show their faces and walk around the camps and cuddle children. That's what they do politically. It's about putting in a process that really wins the credibility, not in terms of a photo opportunity, like what many people do also with some slums in Kibera and the rest of it, but about rolling out a program of action that the government can say has credibility within the IDPs. Most important right, I think most of the IDPs feel deprived in terms of their right to property. We continue as a commission to receive massive complaints about the fact that people still feel disenfranchised with respect to their right to ownership of property. So if the government cannot restitute these people or take them back to their original position, then they must set together a process of compensation to ensure that those who have been deprived of their property illegally and unconstitutionally are then recompensed so that they can be able to continue with their lives. We tend to focus a lot also on the refugees, IDPs in Rift Valley. There are quite a number of IDPs even in Nairobi who've been displaced from some of the settlement areas like Kibera and Mathare. And it is well known. The provincial administration knows it. The office of the Prime Minister is aware. The office of the President is aware that people are living in houses that belong to other people and are doing nothing. And therefore, where is the political courage to resolve this problem?
If you look at the budget, the item on resettlement of IDPs and emergency services was given 1 billion shillings. Last year, it was 3 billion shillings. So what does that tell you? If you look at the recurrent budget, last year it was 7 billion, now it is 4 billion, a reduction of 3 billion. What does that tell you? As far as the government is concerned, the IDPs are no longer in the radar at all. In fact, if truth must be told, this government regards IDPs as an irritating sort of nuisance. They like to disperse them. And this operation, Rudi Nyumbani and what have you, it was an effort for the government to remove an embarrassment from itself, not to resettle the IDPs. So quite clearly, one does not see a genuine political will or commitment towards resettling the IDPs. But mind you, it's a complicated situation because it's got to go together with restoring security. Because you can't ask people to go back to their homes when they are still being threatened that if you vote in this manner in the coming referendum, we will kick you out of our land. The government needs to guarantee security for each of Kenyans, each and every Kenyan, including the IDPs. You can't just ask them to go back. What is even worse is the attempt to ask the IDP to buy land somewhere else. Because what you are doing is that you are then giving in to the fact that they can never go back to their lands. You are giving in to the perpetrators of the post-election violence. So all these are issues that the government has to address. So you can never have permanent peace without justice. So any nation that wants to turn a new leaf must have the courage to confront its past.
Wakati mimi nilitoka huko Narok, nilikuwa nikifanya kazi ya soko, tukashomewa soko, na alafu baadaye mtoto yangu akauliwa huko, ndio nikaonelea nitoke huko, nikakuja Naivasha Stadium. Tangu nitoke huko tumekuwa na mashida mingi sana, sababu wakati tulikuja hapo Naivasha Stadium, shida ikawa kwanza hatukuwa na chakula ya kutosha. Tukawa ukiwa mgonjwa hauna pahali ya kupeleka watoto. Mzee naye tena akatoroka akaniwasha huko. Sasa nikakaa huko nikiwa na mashida kidogo kidogo. Tukinyeshewa huko magonjwa inakuwa mingi sana. Hakuna pahali ya kupeleka watoto hospitali, hakuna pahali ya kupeleka watu wazima. Sasa ikiwa sasa kama wakati huku kumeripuka malaria, pneumonia huko, na hakuna pahali ya kwenda sababu hospitali ni girigiri na tunalipa na hatuna pesa ya kwenda kulipa huko. Sisi hata tulishangaa wakati hii referendum ilikuja, sababu juzi rais na prime minister walikuwa huko. Na badala ya kutuambia vile watatuhamisha kwa hema, kwanza rais alisema hana wakati ya kupembeleza wananchi. Sasa tukashindwa, sasa saa hii hata si referendum, sababu angekuwa kwanza anashukulia IDPs awatoe kwa hema, sababu yeye ndiye alituambia atatufanya resettlement. Na sasa tangu wakati hiyo alisema hatujaona chochote amefanya. Mimi ningeomba hiyo serikali ituhamishe haraka iwezekanavyo.
IDPs wamekuwa tu ni kama, kwa watu wengine imekuwa ni kama ilikuwa bahati kuwe iwe ni mchezo wa either wa kukulia ama wa kufanya iwe ni biashara. Sababu tangu wakati huo serikali ilikuwa na uwezo wa kufungua macho na iweze kuangalia kushughulikia watu 1700. Lakini kwa wakati huu ukifuatilia unakuta kwamba serikali yenyewe kuanzia chief ndio mpaka DC na kuendelea kama records ndizo zinaangaliwa, unakuta hizo records zimeharibiwa, yule muadhiriwa kamili ashughulikiwi. Imekuwa akitembea kwa macamps, ukishaambiwa leo hii haifanyiki. Kuna shida zile zinaendelea kuongezeka, inaonekana kama serikali inachukua advantage ya watu kuwa pale. Kuna watu wengine saa hii wanasunguka akisema inaonekana yani kwamba wanaangalia watumia hawa IDPs kwa 2012 ama kwa kusuruhisha yale yalifanyika, ni kama IDPs wakitoka kuna kitu itaendelea pande nyingine. So afadhali wakue ili huo mzigo bado uendelee kusonga.